The story of Call of Duty 1 2003 follows three campaigns, American, British, and Soviet, each with distinct characters and timelines. Private Martin leads the American campaign, starting with training in 1942 and key battles in 1944 to 1945. Sergeant Jack Evans is central to the British campaign, with missions from 1944 to 1945, including Operation Tonga. Corporal Alexei Ivanovich Varnin driving the Soviet campaign from Stalingrad in 1942 to Berlin in 1945. Our story begins with Private Martin, a member of the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, Company Baker. On August 10, 1942, at Camp Toccoa, Georgia, he undergoes rigorous training under Captain Foley and Sergeant Moody, mastering weapons like the M1A1 carbine and Thompson submachine gun. This preparation is crucial for the battles ahead.
And fire 2 rounds at your target. Now fire. All right. I hope it's clear to you that you will be more accurate while aiming down the sight, German grenade. Take a few steps while aiming down your sight. Close to combat, you can hit your enemy with the butt end of your weapon. This is called...
Fast forward to June 5, 1944, the eve of D-Day. Martin parachutes into the darkness of Normandy as part of the Pathfinder unit, tasked with setting up a radio beacon near Saint-Mire-Église to guide the main airborne assault. After a tense landing, he eliminates a German guard, retrieves equipment from the deceased Sergeant Heath, and activates the beacon. As Allied paratroopers fill the sky, Martin joins the fight to secure the drop zone, facing German machine gunners and infantry in a desperate struggle. The next day, June 6th, Martin and his unit capture Saint-Mire-Église, disabling flak panzers and holding the village against a fierce German counterattack. Using Panzerfaust, he destroys advancing tanks, reinforcing the northern approach under heavy mortar fire. After securing the area, Martin, Sergeant Moody, and Private Elder embark on a perilous drive through the French countryside to reach battalion headquarters, navigating ambushes and commandeering a German Kübelwagen to complete their journey. Later, Martin leads an assault on Vercourt Manor, where German artillery threatens the Utah Beach landings. Through strategic maneuvering, he and his team destroy the artillery pieces, raiding farmhouses for documents and securing the area. In August 1944, he's detached for a special mission to rescue British officers Captain Price and Major Ingram from a chateau in the Bavarian Alps. Martin and the boys break through the gates of the chateau, and they are not taking any prisoners inside. They find documents and plans and discover a sacred room, where they sabotage the communication system and go through the basement to find Captain Price, one of the British officers they came to rescue.
Made quite a racket, didn't you? That's quite all right. I can still walk.
Price informs Captain Foley that Major Ingham was relocated to the prisoners' camp, but he managed to overhear the location. Foley decides to rush into the camp and take Jerry's by surprise. Few minutes and a few dozens of bullets later, Ingham is free and safe, while Nazis are still trying to figure out what just happened. Parallel to Martin's journey, Sergeant Jack Evans of the 2nd Ox and Bucks, 6th Airborne Division, begins his story on June 6, 1944, with Operation Tonga. Landing via Horsa glider near Pegasus Bridge in Bénouville, France, Evans and his team must capture and hold the bridge against German forces. Using a Bren gun, he suppresses enemy positions, tracks Private Mills to unlock a flak turret, and destroys a tank, eliminating the village's German garrison. They defend the bridge against a counterattack, including tanks, until reinforcements arrive. On September 2, 1944, Evans, now with the Special Air Service SAS under Captain Price, participates in a mission to sabotage the Eder Dam in Germany. Alone, he destroys anti-aircraft guns and power generators, planting explosives and backtracking through regenerating Nazi forces, escaping in a stolen German truck. Following this, he drives to an airfield, evading patrols, using Panzerfaust to destroy enemy vehicles, and shooting down Stuka dive bombers before boarding an FW-200 Condor to escape. In October 27, 1944, Evans and Price infiltrate the German battleship Tirpitz near Tromsø, Norway. They plant explosives at 4 key points, retrieve patrol logs, and fight through riflemen, but Price is killed. Evans escapes with Sergeant Waters via boat.
We lost the captain. Damn, that was a very fine day. Let's get the hell out of here.
Simultaneously, on the Eastern Front, Corporal Alexei Ivanovich Varnin of the Soviet Red Army begins his journey on September 18, 1942, during the Battle of Stalingrad. Tasked with crossing the Volga River under heavy fire and without a weapon, he must rely on stealth to survive. He links up with Sniper Borodin, who draws machine gunner's fire, allowing Varnin to proceed to Red Square. There, he picks up a rifle, flanks German positions with Sergeant Makarov, snipes 4 officers, and calls in artillery to destroy enemy tanks, securing the area. After capturing Red Square, Varnin fights through the train station, navigating corridors and sniping defenders on catwalks, to reach Major Zubov of the 13th Guards Rifle Division. For his bravery, he is promoted to junior sergeant. On November 9, 1942, he navigates the perilous sewers of Stalingrad, facing hallway combat and snipers, to reach an apartment building captured by Germans. Under Sergeant Pavlov, he retakes and defends the building, acting as a counter-sniper, clearing it floor by floor, and destroying 2 tanks with armor-piercing rifles, holding off infantry until reinforcements arrive. In January 1945, now sergeant, Varnin participates in the Vistula Oder offensive, securing a German tank repair facility in Warsaw with the 150th Rifle Division, 3rd Shock Army, and regrouping with the 4th Guards Tank Army. On January 26th, due to shortages in experienced soldiers, he commands a T-34-85 tank for the 2nd Guards Tank Army, destroying anti-aircraft weapons and securing a town near the Oder River, facing Panzerfaust and engaging multiple panzers. The campaign reaches its climax on April 30, 1945, in Berlin. Varnin and his unit battle through the war-torn streets to the Reichstag, eliminating 3 88mm flak cannons and a panzer with dynamite, sniping machine gunners, and raising the Soviet victory banner on the roof, symbolizing the defeat of Nazi Germany and the end of the war in Europe. Through the intertwined narratives of Private Martin, Sergeant Evans, and Corporal Varnin, Call of Duty 2003 offers a comprehensive and immersive experience of World War II, highlighting the courage and sacrifices of soldiers from different nations united in their fight against tyranny. From the beaches of Normandy to the heart of Berlin, each campaign captures the intensity and historical significance of the conflict, providing a cinematic journey through one of history's most defining moments.
Left in the enemy. Soon I will be returning to our home. There are German prisoners of war everywhere. Today, I crossed the Elbe River in Germany and shook hands with an American soldier. Although I could not understand anything he said, I felt this man was my brother. And I think he felt the same.